Where she belongs, where she belongs. She is home.
Hey everybody. Welcome to our Sunday gathering for Scully Check the Knots Legacy. This is TokiTV. I see some Germany people jumping on. Good to have you guys with us. I'm still reeling from our gathering, you guys, on the 18th. I'm still feeling all that love, especially seeing all your faces back on here and names popping up. Just what a magical time. But we have lots to get to today. So let's go around the room, check in, and then we're gonna get right to it. So let's start with Deb Cruz. How's it going?
It is. We'll leave it at that.
Love the laugh. Alma, how are you?
Good. It's a beautiful day in Key West. The Gulf Stream is really close right now. It fluctuates a lot. Sometimes it'll be 30, 40 miles offshore, but right now it's really close to the reef. So the water is really clear and beautiful. And we really needed it because we've had some water quality issues recently that are very worrisome. So it's a happy time when the water is clear and beautiful. So super excited to have Peggy Oki on today.
I know. We all love Peggy so much. And Peggy's always doing something, always up to something. Right? Love, which we'll get to in a minute. Brandy, how are you?
Doing okay. I thought I was still muted. Doing okay. Just trying to deal with all the crazy fires. We got a lot of fires going on, and it's starting to calm down a little bit. We had an event up in Northern California with a calf that was separated from its pod, so that was really sad. It was just like, so yeah, just the brain's going. That brain of mine just goes a lot. So just I'm trying to get organized, trying to get a table set up. I've been like talking to Christina and ordered my stuff from Vista Print for my postcard for Breach the Dams. And it seems like that's all I do is talk about, what's going on and what we need to do. And it's awesome because there's a lot of people that are like responsive. So
That's what we have to do, right? Keep spreading awareness to areas that aren't aware. So, and even the areas you think would be aware are not always, right? So, speaking of organized and always in action as well, Christina, how are you today?
I'm good. I'm happy to be here. Yep, lots of things going on around here too. We got things to take care of. We got a lot of work to do. Seriously, I feel you, Brandy, because not to be like a bummer or whatever, but there's just a lot of stuff going on. So, and we are the people to take care of that, and spread awareness and get it going on. So yeah, Vistaprint is awesome. So anybody else who wants to get their postcards from Vistaprint, They're very reasonable. They look really nice. You know, they're really cute, whichever ones you choose. And it's like only like 24 for like 50. I mean, it's really reasonable. So that's a lot of postcards for, if you can get all those signed. Yep. So, sorry. Yep.
Never sorry. Spreading awareness. Um, Speaking of also making a difference, Marcia, you went to go see someone yesterday, right? Why don't you tell us how you're doing, and then tell us about your day yesterday?
Oh my gosh. So Q and I went to St. Pete to see Dr. Jane Goodall at the Tropicana Field. It's a big baseball stadium in St. Pete. And it was packed. There were probably 20,000 people there to see her. And there wasn't a dry eye in the place. Like everyone was just like so moved by her. She just got such a beautiful spirit, and she's so inspiring. Um, just really talked about her life story and her Roots and Shoots programs with kids, and they're global with that. That's just to give you some idea of the crowd size there. It was a ginormous amount of people. Um, and so I went ahead and I brought a tote bag, and in it I had a poster of one of her paintings from 1990, a beautiful card, my book, Natalie's book, and we each wrote a letter in the gift too. She sent it to me via email. I printed it. So my letter, her letter, a card, like it was just stuffed with all this stuff. And I found out I was unable to meet Jane. I was kind of disappointed about that, but I think at her age now, like she kind of avoids doing the big meet and greets after, because it's just that whole place would have lined up. Like she would have been there for hours. So at any rate, they told me to find their table and look for this woman named Mary, which I did. I didn't find Mary, but I found Kira. And I said, "Oh, I have a gift for Jane. My name's Marcia." And she goes, "Oh, were you the one that's been emailing like 47 times?" I'm like, "Yes, that is me." That's, I'm like the screen scratcher. So, but they recognized me from all of that. And then she said, "Well, let me shoot a video of you describing, the gift and what you're about." And so she gave me a good minute and change. I mean, I was trying to shove it all in there, but told her about Toki's family and the dams and the trawlers and what we have to do, and we need her voice. And so I don't know when she gets the gift and the video, but I'm hoping maybe sometime today. I expect to hear back, but if I don't, I will be emailing again. I remember me, and then we actually didn't realize this, but Jason Momoa's band was playing right up the street. So we've been trying to get his attention too, to talk about the dam. So we paid the cover and went in there. It was packed with women that were screaming, and he was playing his bass without his shirt on, and everyone was going crazy. And he could look at anything. I'm going to give him that. But I couldn't meet him. He did see my Toki t-shirt. I noodled my way up to the right side of the stage where I had a good eye shot, and he looked over and he kind of pointed and he gave me the surfer thing. And I know he saw the tail flutes. I know it. So, but we got out of there. Yeah. But those serendipitous. They were both within blocks of each other, and they're the two people we've been trying to get on board. So it was an interesting night. Very beautiful.
That's awesome.
Did you forget something, Marcia?
Did I?
Yeah. Sorry.
What?
What did you say to him? Really loud, I thought.
Oh, I screamed, "Reach the dams!" in a quiet moment. It's funny too, because I texted Ma and Christina. I had them on text when I was there sending pictures, and I said, "Now!" So they screamed it at home, and I screamed it there. It was just a quiet moment. So a whole bunch of people looked at me like I've lost my mind, because nobody knew what I was. I don't know if he heard me. It was pretty crazy in there. But yeah, we did that, and that was cool. So yeah, we're gonna get these people.
We probably don't need to share with everyone what I told you to share with him for a gift, right?
I didn't share that.
I think I was thinking the same thing. Well, because you could sign your shirt or something.
That's
You could auction it
I'll
for,
throw it to him.
That's really, really cool. So what an eventful day, and just reminding everyone, like, yeah, Jason is a big advocate for the oceans and the environment, and so how cool that they were within blocks of each other, and you were able to see both of them, because that's an energy thing, and whether you got to speak to them or not, you were carrying that energy, but Peggy, I want to quickly check in with you, and then we're going to get ourselves centered like you requested, because we carry that energy of Toki's family with us wherever we go. Like, I was so proud of my family. They were doing their sunrise walk in Chicago, and they were all wearing their Breach the Dam shirts. And everywhere you wear that, it sparks conversation. And so, but Peggy, how are you? How are you today? How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm fine, thank you. I feel very honored to be back on the TokiTV. I'm really excited to talk about what I'm suggesting, offering, hopefully inspiring everyone watching today and everyone who will watch after in the recorded version. So thank you for having me here, and together we're all doing something, and we're gonna breach these dams. Yeah. So
Yeah,
thank you.
we are. Let's Peggy requested, and I am 100% on board, and I think everybody here is. Let's get ourselves centered, because there's a lot of excitement, and we're kind of all over. We're like printing postcards and doing this and going and seeing people and all that, and just bring everyone who's on screen and everyone watching, and everyone who watches, just remind ourselves and each other why we're here. And so, in order to do that, let's just take some orca breaths together, like we do together. So I'm going to unmute you guys if you want to be. You can breathe loudly, but let's do 3 deep, slow breaths together. So ready? Let's breathe in. And out. Slower and deeper this time. Breathe in. And breathe out. And this last one, breathe in slowly. Breathe in all that energy from the Sailor Sea. And breathe out love and intention for what we're creating for Toki's family and the others. I could watch that all day. That was El Pod, and that was, I believe, on August the 20th, a couple of days after we were there gathering. So, Peggy, I'm going to hand it over to you now that we're all reminded why we're here.
Thank you so much, Annette. So hello, everybody. I'm really appreciating this opportunity to share about what I've been working on. And just in case anybody has not missed the news that came out, it was a post on Facebook by Orca Conservancy, July 2024. So just a couple months ago. I'm going to read just verbatim, so that everything is very clearly stated. Every summer, Sea Lifer 3, along with, and this is the Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife, release an updated list of whales, southern residents, deemed vulnerable based on body conditions measured through photogrammetry and compared to body measurements from previous years. And I think that everybody knows what the photogrammetry means. It's when they're taking these aerial photographs and able to look down and get really accurate measurements that way. The whales determined to be in poor body condition, or BC1 status, based on the data, are considered to be 2 to 3 times higher probability of mortality. The individuals designated as BC1 are as follows: J. Slick, female, estimated birth 1972. J36 Alki, female, born 1999. J37 Haishka, female, born 2001. J39 Mako, male, born 2003. J42 Echo, female, born 2007. J44 Moby, male, born 2009. J49 Tilamangas, sorry about that, male, born 2012. J53 Kiki, female, born 2015. L22 Spirit, female, born 1971. L94 Calypso, female, born 1995. L108 Coho, male, born 2006. L113 Cousteau, female, born 2009. L119 Joy, female, born 2012. L124 Whistle, female, born 2018. In addition to the whales in BC1 status, it was also noted that J47 Notch, male, born in 2010, is rapidly declining and is currently at BC2 status. J22 Oreo, female, born 1985, was also determined to be in late-stage pregnancy between February and April of 2024. And according to Center for Whale Research, L85, male, born 1991, is currently missing and appeared to be looking thin as of August 2023. Worth noting, L90 Ballena, female, born 1993, and J56 Tofino, female, born 2018, are no longer listed as BC1 status when previously they had been listed as a vulnerable whale for multiple years. In comparison to 2023, which saw 10 whales in BC1 status, this year there was an increase to 14 total whales, which is of concern and serves as a reminder that more need to be done to recover the wild salmon stocks that the southern resident killer whales depend on. So it's not bright news, but at least the 2 orcas have been showing some signs of recovery. These, I cannot just, they're such amazing, magnificent beings. And to think of all the things that this ecotype, the southern resident killer whale, has been through, from the captures, through all of the impacts, the various human impacts on them, that they're still enduring. And now they're facing starvation. And we cannot wait any longer. They cannot wait. They need to be eating food. Just like anybody needs to survive and keep a healthy body, they need their nutrients. So I just cannot help but reiterate how serious the situation is, and hope that I can inspire everybody watching to just go into your heart and go, wow, I really do need to just ramp up what I can do for these southern resident killer whales. I know I'm a little bit shaken up, but it's just like, oh my gosh. So I'm going to talk about some encouraging things. We know that the salmon have been coming back up the Elwha River since the dams were breached. We know that. It's fact. Take the dams down and the fish will come back. Klamath River, they just after, I don't know how many years, decades of working on this, the Yurok tribe successfully has gotten the Klamath River dams breached. And we're going to be seeing the fish, the salmon and the steelhead, they're going to come back. They are also an incredible resilient species. And steelhead, it's just so mind-boggling how not only do they make that same kind of arduous journey, swimming up against current, up these rivers, over the rocks and everything, they spawn and they don't die. They actually swim back to the ocean. It's just like, oh my gosh, we have just such incredible species that we have the power to save. We've seen it proven, and let's move forward and do this. So I'd like to, in advance, thank some of the fellow orca activists that have been sort of my backup lately. I've been communicating with Christina on some things, but I'd also like to especially thank Deborah Ellers, Sharon Grace, Heather Nicholson for contributing information and insights on specifically what we need to say when we are calling for the breaching of these dams, because there's according to Heather, who's with damsense.org, there's a lot of very specific wording that we need. And so this has been a project that's been a labor of love for a while, but I'm happy to announce that it's coming out today. And I'd also like to thank co-founder of cetaceans.org. We started this organization a couple of years ago, and Mads has been fantastic. She does photo and video, and she recently got lots of photos of the northern resident orcas, and she also helps with graphics and social media. And so she's been just tremendously patient and helpful with our activist pack, which I am about to announce. So I would like to say that I couldn't have done this alone. It takes a village. And that's what it's going to take to breach these dams. And we are a tribe, every one of us who came together because of our deep love for TokiTV. We are going to carry on for her families, for her mother and her families. And I invite everybody to really consider this, what I'm going to say. So, I'd like everyone for a moment to just close your eyes and visualize yourself walking to your mailbox to check your mail. And it's sort of like this sort of daily ritual. And we often just figure, okay, well, time to check the mail. There's probably a bill or a membership renewal or some spam, junk mail or something in there. Okay, whatever. And we don't really have much excitement about it. And then we go over and we open the mailbox and there's something that's handwritten. There's actually like a handwritten something in there, and you open it and it's this beautiful card from a beautiful person named Brandy. Thank you, Brandy. And when you open a real handwritten message from somebody, that is a whole lot different from a form letter or, so I just hope everyone really understands the power of love, the power of our handwritten messages. And Christina knows that. She's been collecting, and some of Brandy's on the the efforts and everything. So I want to thank everybody who has this intent in our hearts to help TokiTV's family. So, drum roll, please. And Annette, we're ready for the first image.
Thank you.
So this is our website, our webpage for the Southern Resident Orcas at cetaceans.org. And it's specifically to help the Southern Resident Orcas. Can we go to the next image, please? So we've got a fair amount of information. We do have petitions at the bottom. but I would, and I'm going to guess that a lot of people have already seen these petitions and signed them. And of course, welcome to go down to that part of the page and sign all the petitions. They're not our petitions. They're petitions that we're sharing from other organizations. And Heather helped me to coordinate which ones would be the top priority. So left to right, top priority. And, do those. It takes 10 minutes to do those petitions. And I'd like to point out that when we do these petitions, yes, it's great as a voice that comes from all over. But decision makers know that it took somebody 10 minutes to sign all of these petitions, and they don't give it much weight. On to the next one, please. I'm not saying that it's ineffective. We know that sometimes petitions can make a difference, but you literally will need like 100,000 to get people to even pay attention. So we also have on our page reasons to breach the dams, various reasons, so that people can look at that and go, oh, okay, well, this is some material for my sample letter when I write my congressperson or whoever, like President Biden. Okay, next image, please. So this is a graph. We've done a fair amount of research because it's our philosophy based on what I just shared about what is it like to get real mail versus an email or, form letter or something. Item number 3 down. So I'll read from just top down to 3. In-person issue visits from constituents. So like if you actually make an appointment and talk to your congressperson, that is like supposedly the top most powerful action. Contact from a constituent who represents other constituents. So for example, you just have an organization with many members that goes and meets with the constituent and says, okay, da da da. And the next one is individualized postal letters. Look at that. That is the next most powerful thing and the most practical thing for most people to do. So let's do this. Okay, next one, please. So drum roll, here we go. We have various buttons with sample letters to send to, you can like open it, edit it, personalize it, and print it and mail it to your congressperson. So that's at the top button here on the page. But what I really would love everybody to do is see this next one in the middle, activist pack. And we have a downloadable activist pack now with these poster images and reasons to breach. And they're very straightforward, easy for people to understand when we go tabling. So come on. I'm asking everybody here to really think about tabling or reaching out to some schools. Like everybody's got to know some school teachers, right? Locally. It doesn't matter what part of the country that you're in. If you know of any teachers or want to try to reach out to schools and talk to them about this environmental topic, which also ties in over 137 species with the Chinook salmon. Let's go. Okay, so I'd like to suggest schools. Can you think of a teacher, after school programs, youth groups? Think of somebody that you know with children that are in an after school youth program. Farmers markets. Most of us have a farmers market in our community, and at least the one in Santa Barbara, they're really open to people. Just, you have to ask for permission in advance, and you can set up a card table, maybe a couple clipboards, and print out our posters. We also have, I think, can you try the next image, Annette, please? Okay, well, here's more. Why are they endangered and take action? And I think maybe the next image. Okay, the activist pack. Okay, and then the next one. Hopefully there's, okay. All right. So that's an example of a hand done postcard. And that's an option, for example, for schools, because teachers do like to get their kids to do art. And of course, if you want a table and bring a few art materials and postcards that are blank on one side and maybe pre-addressed on the other side, or you can do that. So I I detailed out various instructions on this page about how you can do your own. Can we try one more slide? Hopefully
I
that'll
think the next one is the postcard.
Yeah, that's the one. Yep.
That's, okay.
Yep. Thank you. So this is the same postcard that Christina has, and some of the other members of our Orca friends have, and this is from Damn Truth, and it's this great little postcard that has all these different reasons, all laid out. And so what I did was I did a 4-up layout, 4 per page, so that you can print this, you can download this image, and it's set up 4 on a page, and then you either print it on your own printer if it has the capacity to print on cardstock, or you can go to a printer like how Christina was talking about, Vistaprint. Is that the name of it, Christina? I think it's Vistaprint. So it's 4 up on a page. Yeah, and you can have it print out on the 8.5 by 11, cut it into 4 pieces, 2 cuts, vertical, horizontal. And then we also have the address on the back to Biden. 2 of them are to Biden, 2 are blank for the other recipients, depending on how much the priority right now is Biden. So we've got that. And what's on the next slide, out of curiosity?
I think that's it. I think that's
okay, great. Okay, so I'm back.
Can I say something though? It's really cool because while you were talking, I went in and I downloaded the activist pack, and not just is there like this cool stuff with posters and all this stuff. She actually has an instructions sheet for the activist pack, and it tells you like, well, let me go to this so I can just scroll down so you guys can see it. But I mean, it has everything you need. It tells you what's in it, where they should go, who to send it to. I mean, just suggestions, teachers. I mean, this is really, really awesome, Peggy. Really awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, I did the writing, and Mads did the beautiful graphics. So again, thanks to Madison for like I said, it takes a village. I don't think I'm that good at graphic design, but she is. So we all contribute the things that we're good at, and we get things done. That's how this whole world works. And so thank you for that. And I was going to also actually, so I can read the instructions. We're on. Okay. So I can read the instructions if you'd like, just to kind of go down the page. Okay. Back to the top though, tabling and outreach. There's farmers markets, and you can print out all these materials and just have these postcards ready to go and say, hey, would you like to help breach the dams? And there's festivals, film screening events at Patagonia. At the Patagonia store, they have various events, and they actually asked, they sent out an email, said, hey, you want to table an event, everybody? And it was just like a general email, just calling out to the public that they're welcome to table, and to just call your Patagonia store and get that rolling. Because Patagonia generally has an event at least once or twice a month. There's concerts, like local concerts or events where there's going to be a lot of people, just pretty much anywhere. So I'd like everybody just think about what sort of activities go on in your area. Is farmers market a cool thing that's easy to get into? Are there teachers? Back again to festivals, or is there a Patagonia store near you, or another store that really likes to engage the public in activism? And make a pledge. I'd like us all to just sort of think for a moment, like pledge, like, okay, there's 4 on a page. I will do, what do you think? 36, 40? Some, like, Christina, how much was it for the Vistaprint again?
I just looked it up to make sure I knew what I was talking about. You can get 50 for $35.99. That's on recycled paper, because that's what I like.
So 50 postcards for, Okay, so 50 postcards for $36. That's $36 doesn't even get you into a concert these days. I swear. So it's money well spent. And you could see that Annette was showing the back side of the postcard, the address side. So there's side A, which is the art side, and then there's side B, which already has the address for, like, there's two options. There's directly to President Biden, and then if somebody wants to do other recipients, but priority Joe Biden. Second thing, after somebody says, yeah, I like doing that, I'm going to do another one, then there's that blank address page, and you could always write in President Biden's address if how things are rolling that way. But just the important comment that is included in the instruction page about, let's see here, So we have addresses on the instruction page, and that's why it takes up a fair amount of space, because of the different addresses that we. So please be sure that this important sentence is included when we're writing to President Biden. And this is, again, thanks to Heather for her knowledge of the wording. It's please exercise presidential authority to breach the 4 lower Snake River dams as your legacy of saving the endangered salmon and orcas. So this is something that I believe Christina brought to my attention, or Deborah, or both, how we've got President Joe Biden, who is going to be leaving office, after the next election. This is a time when presidents can be appealed to, because they don't have that much of the other pressures on them, and say, hey, this is a legacy. It's already been authorized, as far as, well, not authorized, but it's already been outlined. Everything can happen as long as you just push the button and say, yes, let's do this. So that's why President Joe Biden is the priority. And when we're collecting postcards, to make sure that everybody does a postcard to Joe Biden. And then if they want to do more, sure, send one to Maria Cantwell, send one to Murray, send one to Inslee, the Army Corps of Engineers. We have all these addresses on our instruction page, but top priority is to President Biden at this time, with that special sentence in there. Let's see here. So in the instructions, I call side A the side with the artwork. Side B is the side with the addressing and the messages. And for teachers, as I was saying, a lot of teachers do like to say, hey, you want to do a drawing too and show us what you've learned. And, kids will draw salmon and orcas and bears and things that depend on the salmon. And so we'll get that, if they want to do that artwork option, I have instructions there on how that can be done. And then, to protect the privacy of children of any age who's not necessarily somebody's student, but just write in the school address, the mailing address for the school. Let's see here. Help spread the word on social media and inspire others to collect postcards. So people can take a selfie or photos of their postcards all ready to go, and not show their addresses, of course, and post those with a hashtag on their social media account. And we determined, let's see here. I'm not actually 100% sure, but that will be in there, the hashtag. And I believe, though please don't take my word for it at this very moment, I think that the hashtag will probably be
on the instruction sheet, it says, save the salmon, save the orca.
Right on. Okay, it's on there. Good. Because we were working on this last night to just finalize the instruction page. So yay. Thanks, Mads, for doing that. So, yep, we've got a hashtag, and let's make this something that people will see on social media with that hashtag. People with their postcards to President Biden and all the decision makers. Let's see. Oh, and I believe, is there a QR code on the activist pack? I haven't downloaded the final one yet.
There is. Yeah.
All right. Yep.
Find that. Yep.
So that goes to our website. So the people who say, oh yeah, I want to do that too. Like people who talk to somebody who's already tabling and they want to take the same kind of action. They can get that QR code, go to our website, read it, download the packet, and off we go. In the instructions, mail each postcard separately, not together in an envelope, as this will delay mail processing and then each postcard has to have an individual stamp. So that's the activist pack. And I'm like, come on, everybody watching right now, please call yourself an activist, get out there and download the activist pack, get postcards rolling, set a goal, and we've got to do this now. We've got to do this, like, plan on doing this, download the packet today, look at it, get those postcards printed. Quick question for Christina again about the Vistaprint. Is that something where it's like an online order and you send them a message and attach a file?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And is that the www.vistaprint.org or not .com?
Yeah. I just had it. Sorry. Yeah. Vistaprint.com.
Vistaprint.com.
Yep.
Okay. So there we go. That makes
great.
it easy for.
It's pretty fast too. Pretty fast. Totally.
Great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And in the
I
meantime,
wanted to add something really quick, if I could, Peggy, really quick.
Absolutely.
Just about doing like farmers markets and bazaars and all that stuff. You actually well, at least here in Washington, I'm sure I think it's kind of the same in most states, that when you're on the sidewalk, you don't have to ask permission for I mean, you can, but I mean, most people, there's a lot of people that do stuff like that, balloon twisting and whatever, yeah, I know, but you don't have to, you can just go. I mean, I've actually even done it at Safeway before, on the sidewalk where it's busy. There's a lot of places that you can do it, and you don't have to ask permission per se.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I never ask permission.
Move over. Christina's here.
I just like to go around and be wherever they're, I even do it sometimes where on the river, I'll just bring a few and just people are just hanging out. I'm like, hey, just start talking to them. And I get people to sign these cards everywhere I am practically. I've always had a few in my purse. So that's a really good tip. Just keep a few with you all the time. And then I have my bag in the car all the time. So those are little tips that, so you always have it. And then that way, if somebody's interested, you can be like, oh yeah.
No, I love that, Christina.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
You're having conversations somewhere and then people, you say, okay, go to this website. Are they going to? You don't know. But if you're like, oh, I have a postcard you can sign now.
Yeah.
That's good advice.
Yeah, that's a great idea. I have I'll be going to physical therapy soon, and there's lots of people that go in there, and there's the physical therapist, and I think I'm going to hit them up.
Yep.
So think about those kind of situations where you can just that's a great idea, Christina, for people to keep their postcards. So basically the activist pack, you can fit all into a manila envelope,
awesome.
Standard big manila envelope, and carry it with you and go around. And again, reaching out to schools, because school teachers love to have science and art projects. And
I want to throw this in before I forget, is that, Jane Goodall has her Roots and Shoots youth projects, and it's global. It sounds like an amazing partnership to, maybe send her your website with that packet so that she can put it with some of her materials for her Roots and Shoots program. That's all for educators.
I love that. I love that, Marcia. Let's do that. Yeah, if you hear from her, when you hear from her, and if you'd like to, that would be fantastic. Yeah. Let's go. The more messages to get President Biden's attention to do this, the better. And again, to just remind him of this legacy that he can leave to save 2 endangered species at one time. Yeah, and honoring the tribal treaties and all that good stuff that we can make happen together by committing. Make that pledge. 50 postcards for $36 is not much. Or if you have your own printer, I have a color printer, and it has a capacity to print on cardstock. So that's why I've done lots of different things like that. So I'll be printing my own postcards out. I already started with, I think I got 20 of them. So I'll print out more, and I will proceed. Yeah. So when I shared when I was on TokiTV previously, I talked about the origami fin whale project and sending real messages to the Icelandic decision makers on origami whales, like large origami whales with handwritten messages on saying, "Dear Gudlager, da 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 da, Minister of the Environment, whales are climate legends. They are so important, da da da. Please help pass the law to ban Icelandic whaling." So I collected basically 40 each to these recipients, and they should be in Iceland by now. And the government's concerned, and let's just hold that thought that our messages are going to make a difference, and we're going to see the end of whaling. And this can happen with the dams by sending in real messages, because it's, again, like they can look at their computer and see, oh, well, there are 20,000 people that signed this petition. But then when you see how many people took the time to write a real hard copy message, that's really like tangible. So yeah, thanks so much for that insight, Christina, about carrying our little activist packs around with us.
Yeah.
He even has a YouTube to teach you how to fold the
Origami wells.
origami.
Yeah. We did that with time to send these to Iceland, but now that they've resumed, it's kind of like, okay, now the only option to make sure that it's timely is through emails. And then for these postcards, it was highly recommended by Deborah Ellers that we do postcards and not letters, because things that are, I guess, put into envelopes, they have to take longer for the security clearance at the White House.
Makes sense.
So that's why it's like, okay, let's do postcards. And wow, like people doing custom postcards, it's like students and anybody who wants to do their own, let's do it. It's great. As long as the key messages are on there.
This one that Ma did, she did this one.
Oh yeah, look at that. Go Ma.
I'm sure
Wow.
she would let anybody use it. And then here's a different one that she did that I started to.
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah, she does really good work. And hi.
Hey Ma, wherever you are.
Yes, Ma. Yeah, we miss you, Ma. But she's always on top of it. She sends me all kinds of stuff, anything I want. Can you make me a postcard? Yep, she does. So I'm sure she would let you put these. I mean, you already have your thing together, but like you said, original stuff like drawings or even just, a bunch of stickers. I mean, like anything like that stands out and you want to do yourself is great. Yeah.
Absolutely. Awesome. The more unique, the better.
Yep. Totally.
We're making it easy for people who want to do easy, but if they want to do creative and real heartfelt, let's go.
Yeah. And Christine Harvey Lewis, now she's done a lot of stuff with her kids too.
Yep.
She sent me a lot of handwritten letters from her students to President
Biden.
So getting the kids involved is wonderful. They were drawing like little, whales on it and stuff. Is really nice.
Yeah.
So
yep, it's wonderful, and it's something that is so powerful about messages from children, and that they say, we want southern resident orcas in our world. We want to see them someday.
That's right. Everybody.
Peggy, your passion, Peggy, is, I just appreciate you so much because you are involved in, and you don't stop. And so many people get, rightly so, compassion fatigue. That stuff is real, and you keep going, Peggy. And you're such a powerful voice. I just want to say thank you. I want to remind everyone again why we're here, why we're gathering for the Southern residents. This was taken from Limekiln, the Whale Museum hydrophone. And let's just take a listen for a little bit. This was just Friday morning, like 1 a.m. And just close your eyes. I invite you to close your eyes. There's no video on this one, so you're not missing anything. But really take this in. If I can press the right button, give me a second. to me, it's wonderful to see them. Trust me, running up and down, and my ankles are still a mess, by the way. Running to try to see them. It's exciting and it's beautiful and it's magical. But they did this at 1 a.m. Nobody saw them, but they heard them, and they were able to identify all 3 pods.
Oh,
And
wow.
pod. And
Mm.
it just came to me now that I was playing it, like, you don't need to see them, but you need to hear them.
Mm-hmm.
You need to hear them, and they're communicating something. And that's why we're here. That's why we're
Yeah.
here. So Peggy has promised I'll play another
Thank
video.
you. Yeah, and if you don't mind, I'd like to interject one more thing. Like, it was so beautiful. Thank you for sharing that audio recording with us. And it was all 3 pods, J, K, and L pod. I'd like everybody to just think about these magnificent beings, their brains 5 times larger and more complex than a human brain. Their primary communication is through these calls. What are they saying? What are they saying to each other? We have no idea, but this is an incredible being that we've just got to save, and we can do it. Yep. Okay.
They're just so magical. And
I want to be an orca.
no. Terry said that Alpod may have a brand new baby. Seen
I
today
saw
with
that.
L90 passing Lime Kiln, so I'm definitely going to go back. You guys go to the Whale Museum on YouTube. Go to YouTube. Go to Whale Museum. Heather, I'm my brain's with you. I see your comment there. I'm like, well, why don't we put a nice little video together with Alpod sounds and or all 3 of their sounds and get something to him. To buy to hear this is who you need to listen to. This is why we're doing this. So absolutely, I hope there's a brand new baby. An even bigger reason, you guys, we have to breach the dam so that you can have healthy babies and babies that are living, for a long time. And it can be done, like you said. Our wonderful dear Professor Howard, this was him. Darren took that picture of him. They were out there yesterday. And we love our Howard. And Howard said, Saturday, Darren and I went down to the river again, this time in about 2 hours from the overlook. And from the side pool view, we saw 8 Chinook, 3 coho, 2 steelhead, and 1 salmon, plus a kingfisher and an ousel, which is a bird. I had to look that up.
They're this little bird. They're called a dipper also, and they stand in, like, literally their feet are in the water on a rock, and they dip down and get their prey.
Isn't
So
this
that's
beautiful?
ousel.
An ousel. Okay, that's who
It's
does
a
it.
little dark colored bird, little cute little thing. You don't see many birds doing that, dipping their head underwater. Like
Isn't
that.
this just gorgeous? And proof that they'll come back. This is proof that they'll come back. Here's a quick little video. and there they go, making their way to the ocean for that baby, for that hopefully new Alpod baby.
Oh,
And the
yay.
137 other species. Sorry, because when
Yep,
you guys
and the
talked about the
137.
birds, and all that, because that it all goes together, and that it's not just the orca, the salmon. It's a lot of people, a lot of species.
So Deborah Ehlers said that she was on the Elwha Friday, saw a bunch of migrating salmon, several dippers, that's the water ousel, 2 eagles, and 1 garter snake. Yay. Yeah. What a wonderful thing. Thanks, Deborah.
Thanks, Deborah, and thanks, Howard, for sharing
Yeah.
those videos of the Elwha. Just reminders that it can be done. It will be done. We have to keep working. We have to keep talking. We have to keep wearing our shirts. We have to just anything to spark that. There we go. Spark that conversation. My daughter, I will tell you, she's like, "Do you have any normal people clothes?" And I'm like, kind of funny because I told her boyfriend it drives her nuts anytime we go somewhere. She's like, "Do you have another shirt?" And I'm like, "No, I have about 30 of these." But so he wore one to the other day, and she was just like, "Oh gosh!" So she's outnumbered. Let's outnumber everyone. Keep wearing your shirts. Share with everyone, you guys. It's shoot, Jason Momoa is fine, right? So good job, Marcia. Good job.
Yeah, so I'd like to add that I read a comment by Deborah Samuel Haidt saying that when you go to Vistaprint and you start to place an order, they're going to ask you if you want to get more and you'll save money. One of the things that people can do is if somebody goes, wow, 50, that's like I don't know if I can do that. That person can call your friend. If you're concerned about the cost, call your friend and say, hey, would you like to do 25 and I'll do 25 and we'll split the cost. And then after you do 25, you might go, wow, that was easy. And let's do more. And so
this is a good question. This is a really good
question
question that came up. And I know you, Peggy, and Christina for sure can answer it. I think most of us can, but I will let you guys. We want to send it to all the Democrats and all the Republicans in the House. But why is it so important to send to Biden, Christina?
Because he's the one who can sign the executive order. He doesn't have to go through Congress to sign it. He can sign it all by himself and leave this beautiful legacy, because that's what he's going to do. He's going to sign it. He's going to leave this beautiful legacy, and he's going to save 137 species, including the orca and the salmon.
That's awesome.
There we go. and so what we've done is we're saying top priority Biden. But if somebody's enthusiastic, if one individual walks up to your table and says, what are you doing? And then so please write a postcard to Biden. And they go, well, this is a real serious thing. I want to help more. Okay, well, write a postcard to the next, the Army Corps of Engineers, to da 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 da. But top priority, as Christina described, is Biden. Because that's
people are asking about the shirts. I'll put something on the TokiTV page, guys, because I do need to do an order so I'll try to coordinate it. That's gonna be fun. But they're very cool. They say breach the dam, save her family. Some say Scally chuck the knot across the tail, and others say Tokite at the bottom. So I'll try to get organized. Christina, maybe you can help me, or Alma.
I'll help you. Yes, and even if you have a shirt with just some whales on, it's good too.
Yeah.
Because I don't have 30 of them. So
I was kidding, but I do have all.
No, my daughter does the same thing, actually. She does the same thing. Don't you have anything without whales? I'm like, no.
Yeah, probably somewhere in a drawer. Yeah. I don't know. There's lots of stuff coming up, you guys. I want to share something. So our dear Raynell is going to be speaking at the Climate Week, New York City, September 23rd. So that's coming up. And this is called Exploring Interfaith Environmentalism and the Animal Rights Movement. So I'm sure you guys have all heard of Climate Week. And the animals' lawsuit against humanity is she's going to be on a panel, and it's with Earth Law, and she'll be representing Children of the Setting Sun, She'll be talking about, the orcas as our relatives. And so there's a link here, you guys, if you want to go to earthlawcenter.org, and then you can look up I'll try to put the link real quick, but I don't know if you guys can see what I'm scrolling through. But there's a way that you could join as well if you want to link. Let's see. I don't know if it's only in person. So live stream details forthcoming, guys. So you can, this Monday the 23rd, 10 to 12 Eastern is that panel. So if you guys want to do that, go to, it's actually givebutter.com. So you can get your tickets there. I'm going to cut through and do a paste of the link so that you guys can go ahead and order if you want to watch that. But constantly, right, wherever you can, spreading awareness, joining conferences, doing your own, doing quick videos, you guys, and sharing your social media. Just remember, people like short, brief, just make a video of yourself, and just saying why. Make it short, 30 seconds, get it out there. It'll just keep whoever it reaches, right? I mean, 100, 200,000, whatever, you just don't know who that's going to reach. So keep using your voice, like Peggy Oki, who has been doing this for how long, Peggy? How long have you been doing active oils?
Yeah, I've been an activist for cetaceans for something like 45 years. Long time.
Absolutely amazing.
I love cetaceans. I'm a whale nerd or something like that, and we protect what we love. So let's all protect what we love and do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, let's check in before we jump off. And we'll end today just listening to some more of those beautiful communications, because I think it's important. But let's check in, say goodbye, Marcia.
I just want to thank Peggy for being such a force of nature, is what words come to my mind with you, and all you ladies on the screen right now. All of you guys are amazing, and we're the pod of awesome women. So let's keep that rolling. I'm proud to be with you guys all the time, and thanks for today, Annette. And as always, let's keep kicking some ass in a good way.
In a good way. Brandy, you'll have to unmute yourself.
Just thank you so much, Peggy and Christina. And takes me back to, I just love everyone, every single one of you. It's so beautiful to be in presence with you women, because you can feel the energy, and collectively we're going to bring those dams down. We are going to bring those dams down. I keep singing that John Mellencamp song, but I keep saying the dams. When the dams come tumbling down, bring them down.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Christina?
Yeah, bring the dams. Breach those dams. We're gonna bring them down for sure. I don't know. I get the goosebumps when I think about it. And all of you powerhouses, Peggy, you are awesome. This booklet, this packet is amazing because it makes it so easy. It's like, look, I don't know how to do that. Well, now you do. Thank you, because that's great, because a lot of people don't know how to do that. They've never done it before. So that's perfect. So I really appreciate you, but I appreciate everything you do for all of the cetaceans and the oceans and just the planet, because you have it all going on. It's like down to everything you eat, what you buy, what your clothes, it's so important, and it's inspiring. So I just, big hug.
Oh. Thank you, Christina. I would say that of all of us together, we all are doing our thing. And Annette, our great producer of TokiTV, I mean, putting together all these images and bringing us together, and everybody here, you're all Brandy, Marcia, Alma, Deb, you, Christina, everybody, we're all doing our part, and everybody who's watching.
Yep. I was just
you know,
going to say that. Thank you for saying that. Like, you know, Deborah, she's not here today, but Deborah's always in action. Yeah, Cindy Barker,
Yep.
who's like, you know, she just said, I want to be like Peggy. That's sweet. We should all want, I'm going to get, maybe that's a shirt. I want to be like Peggy. But, you know, and Cindy's out there making posts, having conversations, commenting on random things. You'd be amazed when you go on some random post and you just start, and then people visit and then they like, wait, what's these people about? What are they talking about? How does this impact? How could this possibly relate to a whale? Well, let us show you, let us show you. Let's have that conversation. Heather, just so many people, Catherine, just everybody is doing something. All of you are so important. I want to check in with Alma and Deb Cruz before we go, but somebody said something about a love letter. And I told this group when we did the salmon ceremony, and I might have shared this here already, I'm not sure, but when we did the salmon ceremony, and we passed that salmon, every single person that touched that salmon, I was looking at them, and I literally just fell in love with all of my friends, one at a time. They would pass that to the next person. I'd fall in love with Christine all over again, and I fall in love with Alma. And we were talking about how we should normalize love. We should normalize loving your friends and all that. So when you write these letters, you guys, they are love letters. They are love letters to Toki. They are love letters to Toki's family. So when you're writing to President Biden, the last thing you might think of is writing him a love letter, but it is a love letter because you're doing that out of love for Toki's family. So write love letters, you guys, to everyone who will read them. Absolutely. Alma, check in with you.
Wow, Annette, that was beautiful. And it's meaningful that love is powerful. So yes, that's a great thing to bring up, to write it with love. Peggy, you're such a powerhouse of positive energy and inspiration, and you're just such a rock star. And we're so lucky to have you in this world fighting for the cetaceans. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for all the hard work and making it easy for people just to become activists. Just you put it out there. It's perfect. So I'm excited to go tabling and get going myself. Thank you, all you wonderful ladies. This amazing weekly dose of hope, and just you start to come down a little bit with all the bad news and the stark facts. And now we have a baby today, so it's a weekly dose of hope, and just being with you all is just the best. I'm envisioning us all celebrating together when those dams come down.
Yes.
Let's also see the future. Love you guys.
We thought we had a dance party last time. Just wait.
Yeah.
Peggy, we'll close with you. Is there anything you want to share with any final words for everybody?
Well, there's a quote that from Margaret Mead: never doubt that a small group of committed citizens have been able to bring about change, for certainly it always has, or something to that effect. And even though we may seem like this small group of people, I'm not sure how many viewers today, but imagine our power multiplied as we get each postcard signed and putting it in the mail with that stamp on to President Biden. And they're going, what is this? They go, oh, okay. It would be a good idea to breach the dams. So let's all keep that vision of our power and keep it rolling. Thank you again, Annette, for having me on the show, and for everything that all of you, everyone here is doing, and all the viewers who are watching.
Awesome, guys. You have a beautiful week.
And you as well.